Hello everyone. Today's Carnivores profile I'm going to be doing is one of the largest sauropods from FMM UV32, and that is Brachiosaurus. Are massive herbivorous dinosaurs native to the central sector of the planet. They are frequently encountered by hunters in shallow waters while on the western tour of the central sector. The most well-known aspect of Brachiosaurs are their semi-aquatic lifestyle. The dinosaurs spend much of their life partly submerged underwater, feeding on various aquatic plants and seaweed. Their long necks of sauropods allow them to keep their heads above the water in deep areas, allowing them greater mobility in the water. As they cannot swim, Brachiosaurs mainly inhabited salt water near the coast. But they will also venture inland through freshwater, rivers, and lakes. Unlike the Earth Brachiosaurus, the Earth Brachiosaurus is not aquatic. As such, they are more of a land animal, since Brachiosaurus of Earth habitat lives in large open areas with grasslands, forests, and bodies of water, specifically inhabiting the Morrison Formation. Due to their large size, Brachiosaurs were originally theorized to be semi-aquatic because they were simply too large to support themselves on land. However, this has since been proven false, as the dinosaurs have been it has been observed moving short distances across the land to access new bodies of water and the new food sources they possess. It should be noted that semi-aquatic lifestyle are relatively rare among other sauropods on FMF UV32, with many species living entirely on land. Brachiosaurs are relatively rare dinosaurs due to both their habitat and niches. The dinosaurs are adapted to cool waters found frequently in the west central sector, but they cannot tolerate warmer water in the east reaches of the sector. Along with this, Brachiosaurs must consume massive amount of plants in order to keep their massive bodies sustained, and such as only few individuals can occupy the same area without over-consuming the food supply. Besides their unique lifestyle, Brachiosaurs are famous for their reputation of being near indestructible. Their skin is covered with layers of thick scales, which act as armor for the sauropods. These scales deflect most attacks from larger predators like the Tyrannosaurus, which they could not take down a larger adult Brachiosaurus because with thick scales. If a T-Rex tries to, it would have a hard time bringing it down, and a large predator would be wise to not tangle with a healthy adult. But the predator would prey on the sick, old, and the young individuals that are vulnerable, who simply cannot manage to bite through them and can deflect many bullet calipers, which also cannot penetrate the scales. As a result, brachiosaurs have little reaction to being shot, and only large amounts of bullets or high-powered weapons can bring them down. Due to the relatively small population and the fact that they are difficult to hunt, brachiosaurs are not available for hunting by the DHC clients. However, the poaching of younger brachiosaurs, which are smaller and weaker and did not develop the thick scales of their adults, are vulnerable, have led the concerns for their population and have been considered eligible to become protected species. Sadly, despite DHC's conservation efforts, the Brachiosaurus was near hunted to extinction by poachers and rogue hunters. During the sanctuary tour, hunters and DHC scouting drones could only find these giants patrolling the lakes and oceans of Forsythia, where they'd often fell prey upon to the apex predator of the region, the Giganotosaurus. However, a second more primitive subspecies that was recently discovered in the Maya jungle. These dark green subspecies have been noted to be more aggressive than their familiar cousins and can be found grazing either in the water or closer to inland. Also, like their cousins, DHC has prohibited hunters from taking these sauropods to their trophy rooms. It would seem that the Brachiosaurus from the FMUV-32 are very well populated while being hunted to extinction in rare locations. It would seem the Brachiosaurids are, are abundant and reign supreme. Since the Earth, brachiosaurs were, were, were very common in the Jurassic, but in the early Cretaceous, one of them are now extinct. It would seem that the planet FMUV-32 has brachiosaurids and diplodocids, but it is unknown if they had titanosaurs there. So it's unknown if they have them. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.